Well, that was with Wigan, of course, where you've had so many triumphs. Back at Leeds, you play a big part in their last major success, the John Player Trophy. One man at Leeds recognised your winning ways.
And I'll never forget your kind words just before the kick-off.
Former chairman of Leeds and president of the Rugby League, Harry Jepson. So, Harry, fond memories of Dean?
Yes, when he was at Leeds, very much his own man, very young man, very great influence in the dressing room, and it's a great disappointment when he decided to come over this side of the Pennines. Congratulations, Dean.
Thanks, Harry. Thank you. Now, after one season with Leeds, you and Jackie head for New Zealand. You're picked for the national side, a team you're later to captain. Here is one Kiwi in flight against the old enemy, Australia.
Camedy plays it. Dean Bell. Straight up the middle. Straight up the middle goes Bell. He's going to score. Dean Bell underneath the post. Well, that came from nothing. Now, just watch this. Bell first pass off the ruck. Half a dummy, straightened and went straight through some pathetic, non-existent Australian defence to score underneath the black dot.
Well, it's Australia that next enjoys your talents. You move to the Sydney-based Eastern Suburbs Club. Your captain there is a fellow Kiwi, described by you as the bravest player you've ever seen. He's working down under tonight, but sends this message, Hugh McGann.
Well, Dean, it is a pleasure to be here with you tonight, even though it's only in this way, but it certainly is your night. But I'm going to give myself a rap. Anyway, I'm still better looking than you are, and I always will be, but you've been extremely lucky man. The things that have come off for you have really just turned to gold, and it's all because of the hard work that you have put in. It's been a pleasure to be associated with you over the many, many years, right from when we were playing back in New Zealand, and you used to belt me around the years when you were playing for Manukau. But those days have really mean and cherish a lot with me as far as I'm concerned. You're the most successful New Zealander ever to come out of the country as far as a sporting person is concerned, and you haven't been recognised enough. Tonight is your night. You are being recognised for what you have done and achieved in Great Britain. All I can say for you tonight, congratulations, you deserve everything, and I love you, mate.
Thank you, Hugh McGann. You think Hugh's better looking, Jackie?
Well, no. No.
Oddly enough.
She's got to say that.
Now, Dean, you've said that you based your style of captaincy on Hugh and that of Ellery here. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, they're both very committed players, and, you know, I've got so much respect for them, especially Ellery there, and, you know, hopefully that's the way I lead the Wigan side.
Well, Wigan teammate Joe Lydon, taking command hasn't gone to Dean's head, would you say?
Not at all, no. Dean has a reputation among the players for celebrating after victories. On one occasion, we were in a restaurant, Dean decided to dance on the table. In true Dean Bell style. A woman on the next table inquired who he was, and I was quite proud in his inebriated state, said, "That's my captain." And we spent the rest of the night trying to convince her we weren't in the Navy.
Andy Platt, you particularly remember one of the team pep talks.
Yeah, it was one of Dean's typical before-the-game pep talks, and he said something on the lines that, you know, lads, it is a game of rugby, but, you know, you're not going to die out there. 10 minutes into the game, Dean takes a tattle, heavily concussed, swallows his tongues, and, you know, you're not going to die, Dean.
Just very nearly. Yeah. Well, after your spell in Oz, you seem destined to return to Leeds, but one man changes your mind. He was your coach for New Zealand, and he joined Wigan. He wanted you by his side. He was to be one of the greatest influences on your career. He's on commentary duty down under tonight, but we've got him on the line, Graham Lowe.
Well, Dean, I'm absolutely honoured that I can say a couple of words for you tonight and for Jackie, because you're very special people to me. Dean, you have been an absolute champion wherever you've played. You're an outstanding player for Wigan. Dean, have a great night. You deserve it. You're a champion player, and everybody that you've been involved with loves you. You're very, very special.
Thank you, Graham Lowe. Now, there was another man who was certainly delighted you signed for Wigan, but he had cause for concern.
Can you hear me all right? Einstein?
He's the former chairman of Wigan, now chief executive of the Rugby Football League, Maurice Lindsay. Maurice, explain the Einstein bit.
Well, we were very lucky to get Dean at Wigan when he came back to the country for the second time, because he was going to sign for Leeds. But Graham Lowe persuaded him. We got him, and he was always apprehensive about going back to play at Leeds. He went back with the boys, played at Headingley, won 30-0. Everyone came in very happy, but Dean particularly happy. And the lads asked him why he had such a smile on his face. And he said, well, I was a bit worried about the Headingley crowd, he said, but did you hear them chanting when I got the ball, every time I got the ball, genius, genius? And the lads said, no, you silly lad, they were chanting Judas, Judas.
But obviously you had no regrets.
Absolutely. I think Leeds' misfortune was Wigan's great fortune. The man is an outstanding champion, an outstanding human being in our sport, and it's been a privilege to have been associated with Dean Bell.
Thank you, Maurice Lindsay.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
Now, an early friendship at Wigan's with teammate Sean Wayne. Now, Sean, without testing that friendship too much, you have your own theory on this nickname, Mean Dean.
Yeah, that's right, Michael. Me and Dean play golf once a week, and I was with him once when he got an all-in-one. And tradition in this country, when you get an all-in-one, you get the drinks in the clubhouse. But Dean gives that tradition a miss. But seriously, it's been a pleasure to know Dean, and I class him as a great friend.
Thanks a lot. Now, at Wigan, the winners' medals pile high, but there was an early disappointment. In your first season, you lose in the first round of the Challenge Cup. And Janice, for some reason, you shouldered the blame.
Yes, they called me Janice the Jinx because I was here when they lost, but things have certainly changed.
Just because you turned up when he lost?
Yes.
That's not fair. But in the past 8 years, of course, defeat has been a rare experience. In your era, the trophy tally at Wigan includes 4 Lancashire Cups, 5 First Division Championships, 6 Challenge Cups, 2 World Cup Championships, and a World Club Sevens title. And at the ripe old age of 31, you can still play your part.
Dean Bell. Oh, showing the dummy there. It's Craig in his part beautifully. Is he going to go all the way, Dean Bell? Well, Dean Bell, that must be the try of the season.
Shades of Cliff Morgan there, I think. Anyway, part of your continued fitness is due to your dedication, but someone else has done his bit. The man teammates call your personal physician, Wigan's club doctor, Ansar Zaman.
Well done.
I think Dean has kept you quite busy, hasn't he?
Indeed, yep. I think he has done so many injuries in his life, I don't know what to start with. I think the important one at Hull, when he smashed his face up, and I had to do reconstruction of his whole lips. I think over 30 stitches under local anesthetic. But that's not the end of the story. You know, I advised him that not to have any solid food, have some soft stuff, but he didn't take my advice. When he went home, Jackie thought he was an elephant man. And the worst was that he had a passion for Kentucky Fried Chicken. So I had a phone call from Chairman Maurice Lindsay that he burst his lips, so I had to do it again. Anyway, Dean, I think you're the most courageous man I've ever known, and good luck to you.
Thank you. I think I'll have a drink of water now. Thank you very much. Do you go back on the field looking for parts of yourself?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I think it's very handy for me, especially to have a plastic surgeon as our doctor.
He's done a neat job, I must say. But it's not only you, Dean, of course, whose health has given cause for concern. In 1986, soon after you joined Wigan, Jackie was taken into hospital when her first pregnancy became complicated. Your first child is born 2 months premature by caesarean section, and he's taken into the special care unit at Billinge Hospital.
It was our pleasure to help. despite those dodgy T-shirts.
And from that special care unit, staff midwife Phil Sandilands and sister Catherine Ashton, and as you can hear, completing your family lineup, 7-year-old Curtis and 7-month-old Chloe. So this was a traumatic time, was it?
Indeed,
Phil?
yes, but as you can see, Curtis didn't come to any harm.
And Catherine, what about these dodgy T-shirts?
Well, Dean used to come with T-shirts with slogans on, and as the weeks went by, the slogans got ruder and ruder.
Yes, tell us about that afterwards. Thank you very much, ladies. Well, Dean, as we've heard, this is your farewell season. You've signed for the Auckland Warriors to play in New Zealand and Australia. Will there be tears at bedtime when you leave this lot?
There certainly will, and I mean, not only the players that are sitting here, but the players that I've played with along the years. I mean, they've been tremendous players, and they've been fantastic teammates, and you know, I can call each and every one of them a friend, which is very special to me, and it'll live with me forever.
Well, the man who's lured you to Auckland masterminded many triumphs at Wigan, along with Graham Lowe. You rate him as the best coach you have known. At the moment, he's busy preparing the new-look Warriors, as we said, but when he heard about tonight, he dropped everything and he flew 11,000 miles from his home in Australia to be here for you. Your good friend, John Money. John. Very glad you could make it. You obviously think this lad has some potential.
Yeah, well, he can play a little bit, can't he? And he's been a great captain for Wigan, and the qualities that made him great when... and he's just led the Wigan side magnificently. And when we came up with the new side to go into the Sydney competition, I thought there's only one player that can do the job, and that was Dean Bell. He's a very proud New Zealander, but I just have to say to all the Wigan people that I'd just like to borrow him for one season.
Well, we'd like him back. Dean Bell, so far, this is your life.
This is Your Life, sponsored by Konica Film and Cameras.